than to convince them that they have been fooled. Reality is insane. They want to keep us in chains. Plus they have a web of deception they weave in our brains. But now I see through the games. They're trying to lead us astray. Gatekeeping information, they want to keep it that way. But I'm researching all the time, every day of the week. So people claim that I'm crazy and I'm labeled a freak. But that's what happens when you're awake in a nation of sheep, where they try their best to keep the population asleep. They poison our food and water and they offer us war, but we're not falling for their parlor tricks, not anymore. We walked through the door and let our chains drop to the floor. There's many areas in this life that we got to explore, and the earth too, because they might be hiding more land, more seas, more trees, more snow, more sand. In school, everything that we're taught is a lie, and lately it's making me crazy. I gotta know why.
There's a fire burning in my soul. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Gotta break free from this mind control. Before I go crazy, I'll let you know. There's a fire burning in my soul. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Gotta break free from this mind control. Before I go crazy, I'll let you know.
It's time to break free from this twisted mental conditioning. I offer my message to anyone out there who's listening. I hear just beyond the limits and it's calling me whispering. Sometimes I feel like I'm tripping. This has got to be just a dream. But nope, I'm wide awake, my friend, and this is reality. Why do we let them enslave us, man? It beats the heck out of me. People barely scraping by and work for minimum wages. There is no new world order. This is how it's been through the ages. Flip through the pages of history and see on your own. Too many things are a mystery, other things are unknown. It makes me question who we are, where we live, and what we're told. But walking a path of truth can be a really bumpy road. We're ridiculed, mocked, and we're ostracized and laughed away. But that's okay. Some folks are sheep until they pass away. In school, everything that we're taught is a lie, and lately it's making me crazy. I gotta know why.
There's a fire burning in my soul. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Gotta break free from this mind control. Before I go crazy, I'll let you know. There's a fire burning in my soul. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Gotta break free from this mind control. Before I go crazy, I'll let you know.
I pledge obedience to the Corporation of the Divided States of America and to the plutocracy for which it stands. One nation under surveillance that thinks it's invincible, with discrimination and intolerance for all.
There's a fire burning in my soul. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Gotta break free from this mind control. Before I go crazy, I'll let you know. There's a fire burning in my soul. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Gotta break free from this mind control. Before I go crazy, I'll let you know.
All right, everyone. What is going on? It's Steve JMO. It is 5:20. It is the 11th of December, 2019. And we are still here on YouTube. That's what I like. Got a lot of people in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. And we are also live on Dlive. So you guys I know the Dlive screen can see everything, and you got my little picture there in the left-hand corner. So I hope that the streams won't interact with each other. And I understand that they'll be watching this screen for a little bit, but we have some people in the chat over here. What's going on? Cold Steel's in the house. Queen of Swords 444. Got Caller Red Pill. System Failure. Voyage was the first here. And so, yeah, what is going on, guys? Like I said, it is it's the 11th of December, and we're still here on YouTube. Still here on YouTube. We're also on Dlive. Also have a BitChute account set up that I've been uploading to day in and day out. And so just want to get all that in. So I know the Streamlabs is just watching that, and it's watching the chat, which is pretty cool. We're just going to leave it at that for now. And today we are going to be talking about a little bit of what we were talking about last night on Dlive. For anyone who missed, I did go live on Dlive last night for just like 30, 40 minutes. The first stream was just a little tester to see how it would work. I had to get the OBS system working. So we're all there. And that's Sal Moxis in the house. What's up? Salted Cedar. What is going on? So good familiar faces, a couple new faces. Glad to see everyone is doing okay today. So today we're going to be, like I said, a little bit of what we were talking about yesterday. Global warming hoax, climate engineering, geoengineering, solar shield, all that other stuff. We're also going to talk about Life's Life magazine or Time magazine's Person of the Year, Greta Thunberg, which is great. And actually, I know people in the StreamYard YouTube can't see this, but we'll get this going in 1 second. Greta, wow, love how that just pops up right away. Yeah, Thunberg's Person of the Year, which is great. And actually, there's a video. You might have to watch this real quick. So we're going to get this queued up. I know you guys can see this on the other page, but I know we can't see this on YouTube yet. And there is no video. That's nice. That's nice. Oh my goodness. All right. So, all right. Let's watch what I don't even know what you would call it. Glorifying a human would be, if that even makes sense, guys. So let's you know what? We'll just do the whole application window here. So I won't be able to look at the chat for a minute, guys. So just keep, you know, chatting amongst yourself, and I'll check it on my phone if I get a second. But here, this is what I was talking about. Everyone on YouTube. Yeah. As of today, Times 2019 Person of the Year, Greta Thunberg, Dinkelberg. For anyone who doesn't get that, you're probably too old, but that's okay. Yeah, this chick should not be the Person of the Year. This is what glorifying a human looks like. This is what false I can't even speak right now. Idolatry looks like. Those are big sins. Big sins. Mortal sins. Greta Thunberg sits in silence in the cabin of the boat that will take her across the Atlantic Ocean. Nice, dude. And let's look at all these pictures. First of all, look at that. Does that look like a distraught teen? No. It looks like an accomplished, highly confident. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Began a global movement by skipping school. Started in August of 2018. Spent her days camped outside the Swedish parliament. And funny thing is, Sweden, that's where she's from, right? Her parents are actors. Let's just put that out there. School strike for climate. Nice. Beautiful. So we just got this brainwashed little kid. What's that say? Yeah. Yep. Thousands of people are skipping school, giving their voices. Look at that thing. That's disgusting. Oh, that was the video? Sorry, guys. I'm a little shot right now. I don't even want to watch this. Thunberg is the face of a global youth-led climate movement. Well, the unfortunate part about their youth-led climate movement is that they don't even understand, talk about, mention the fact that people who are changing their climate, who are pushing global warming, are the people who are actually changing the climate. They're manipulating the weather. Excuse me, just had a burp, almost cough there. But yes, these people are controlling the weather. These people are engineering storms. They're creating rainfall, snowstorms, windstorms, fire. So the people who are causing this are the same people who are going to sell you the solution via this 13-year-old child actress, whatever you call it. Probably an actor, probably is a little boy, but who am I to say? So just more shit about her. Look at her in her little bunk, writing in her diary. How dare you? Give me a break, people. She's just a charity case. Yeah. Yep. Pictures probably showing her trying to hide from the media, but she's done nothing. Oh, look at that. Sternberg arrives in Madrid for the UN Climate Summit before a crucial deadline in 2020. Yeah. This is just like a 13-year-old Bill Gates. Yeah, the same people following her around, more paid agents. Yep. Literally, false idolatry. Faces of her painted. People literally worshiping her. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yep, that's her and her actor family. They're all actors, these two. Swedish, what do you call them? What's on TV every day that everyone fucking, yeah. All the old people watch it. What's that shit called? Soap opera. They're soap opera stars in Sweden. And this person, Greta, has met with no one no one who's actually, for the human race. She's met with the Pope, who is leading the Church of Lucifer right now, the Catholic Church. Who's that? Barack Obama, who is a raging homosexual, who is married to a man, Michael Obama, if you guys don't know that. Ellen DeGeneres or Celine Dion, I really don't know who that is. It's one of the two. Either way, pushing the short-haired agenda for the females, making them all male-like. Just everyone just pushing, excuse me, false agendas, and they're using this little girl. They're propping her up on a stage and making her look like she's homeless, making people feel bad for her. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Her net worth, by the way, everyone, is $147 million. It's ridiculous. People don't know that. She can afford much better clothes than that, but she wears this shit just to make everyone feel bad. So, just want everyone to understand that. Just wanted everyone to understand that she is not the person of the year, as they just put her in bummy ass clothes, making her look like she's some ragdoll little teenager from Sweden who has got her whole life taken away from her by climate change, by global warming. And if she was actually smart enough to realize that the people who are pushing global warming are the same people who are causing this quote unquote global warming. It's Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh man, what we got? We got Squeeze in the chat. What's going on, bro? Exactly. NWO shill Greta. 100%, bro. 100%. Yeah, Graham Thornburg. I wouldn't doubt that's his or her real name. They're 100% ridiculous, guys. 100% ridiculous. And they push this stuff down our throats. It's bad, it's sad, it's absolutely disgusting, it's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. The Dlive chat's a little couple seconds back, but that's okay. The Greta effect, that's good stuff. Good stuff, Voyage. Oh man. So they're pushing this agenda on us, I guess you could call it. They're pushing this global warming down our throats. When the funny part is, Time Magazine making Greta Thunberg Person of the Year, right? Why? Because she is a climate change fighter. She's standing up for global warming or to fight global warming. Time Magazine, in I believe it was 72, 78 maybe. Let's see if we can pull this up real quick. Please hold, ladies and gentlemen. I know people on Dlive can see this. That's okay. Go Time Mag. Zine. Yeah, it was 77. 1977. Survive. Wait, what, nigga? Motherfucking shit. Come on, man. All these people aren't doing this. Yeah, 1977, actually. Yep, How to Survive the Coming Ice Age. And it seems like it's been Mandela effect. Survive the global warming guy. That's ridiculous. Wow, they switched it on us. Wow. See, there's the accurate one. How to Survive the Coming Ice Age. There you go. 1977. How to Survive the Coming Ice Age. Let me put a screen share on. P900 Cool Pics. How you doing? How you doing? So there's that. Greta Thunberg, 2019 Person of the Year because of what? Climate change and global warming. Time Magazine's cover 1977. How to Survive the Coming Ice Age. Come on, people. Right in your face. And they have to change it up here. They have to change it. You see this? They're changing it so we don't look like we know what we're talking about, you know? How to Survive the Global Warming Survival Guide. How to Survive the Upcoming Ice Age. Wow, two different covers, same thing. They're pushing this down our throats, ladies and gentlemen. Right down our throats. So for anyone who thinks that global warming is real, that Greta Thunberg is credible, we'll just look at Time Magazine in the 70s. How to Survive the Coming Ice Age. And Time Magazine now. Greta Thunberg, Person of the Year. What is she known for? Fighting global warming. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, then. Stay on the phone. People sharing my posts on Facebook. That's good stuff. And I know I'm a new face here on Dlive. I know that. So for anyone who doesn't know, the what's it called? YouTube's going down. YouTube's going to be going down very soon. So I think it's important that we get our stuff out to, YouTube and other pages, BitChute, get it off of YouTube. I'm saying getting out of YouTube onto BitChute, and Dlive's good for streaming. You can't really upload videos, I don't think, but if you can, we'll figure that out sooner or later. And I know we're just sharing the application screen, but here, let me get this off of this stream. So that out of my eye there. Sorry about that. So just wanted to get that out of the way because that was one part of just something that's been bothering me all day. You know, people stand up for this chick like they know her, like they feel bad for her. It's absolutely ridiculous. Shad Becker at the house. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Bitch shoot, yes, absolutely. Well, I already got 35 followers, so at 36, so we can get all my, everyone that just got me on YouTube. That'd be great to get them over there so we could just not, I don't want to drop YouTube, but they're going to force us to drop YouTube. There's a faithful companion. NH guy is in the house. What's going on, brother? What is going on? Big chillin'. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me get another screen share going. We'll do the entire screen here with the audio. So we'll get that up, and well, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's yeah, let's just keep this up. And I just wanted to this go over some old notes here. This is some notes I took in 2017, back in August of 2017, right around the time of that solar eclipse. So it's ridiculous. Chilling like Frosty. Yeah, too bad Frosty the Snowman doesn't have a scarf anymore. Mandela effect, guys. Look that shit up. Blew some of the people at work away. Absolutely crazy. So this here, what I'm about to say, is most likely not pointed at anyone in the chat, but you never know. So this is for anyone who claims they are awake. And I don't like pushing that word awake around because you, me, Peanut Hunter Cool Picks, NH Guy, Voyant, Brian Stavely, none of us are awake. We are awakening at different paces through different topics. So exactly, if you think you're awake, you are not. But exactly, people who claim they're awake most likely are not awake, which is fucking ridiculous if you ask me. Like, I would personally say that I'm more awoke than others. I'm awakening probably at a faster pace than most people. Maybe not, guys, everyone here in the chat and, other like-minded people that we've had on the show before. So, but dictionaries.com, this is their definition of awake: to wake up or arise from sleep. And their other definition is to rise to action, which I'd say I am awakening there, and become active, which we are doing every day in the community on Facebook, in the community on, all our other places. So moderators generally never need. Yeah, absolutely. We don't have the. Yeah, absolutely. I kind of like this channel. It's a little low key. I don't gotta deal with all the IPS bullshit and all the other trolls. Although when I had Brian on, they followed him. They were in the chat. We had to kick some people out. It's ridiculous. And those are the people who I'm talking about right now. People who think they're awake. So let's see what we wrote down here. So where are we? Dun, 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 dun. Many people many people that I've personally encountered, whether it be one-on-one, whether it be on YouTube or whatever, have their own podcast, radio shows. They claim they're awake, and sometimes that's the furthest thing. They're not even close to being awake. It's the furthest thing from the truth. It's ridiculous. The people that who claim they are 100% awake, who claim that they know all of the all the nicks and nans of what's going to happen, they probably subscribe to one of the following, and this is going to get a little lengthy, people. So how can we even word this? So people who are awake and people who think they are awake but are not awake most likely believe that aliens are from other planets. Also probably subscribe to the fact that the ancient astronaut theory is real. They also most likely believe that 9/11 was an inside job, but planes were used, and World Trade Center Tower 7 was taken down by and only WC7 was taken down by explosions. So most people who are awake know that 9/11 was an inside job, but they also can't understand the fact that no planes were used. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. So these people who think they're awake most likely also subscribe to the fact that news or any other source of mainstream media is factual, which we know it is 100% not. A lot of them, unfortunately, dupe themselves all the way down to the level of thinking that Donald Trump will fix things. Donald Trump is an Ashkenazi Jew, whether you understand what that term means or not. Okay? He may not claim to be Jewish, but you don't have to be an Ashkenazi Jew. You don't have to be a Zionist to be. You don't have to be Jewish in faith to be one of those categories. George Bush Jr. came out and said he's a Zionist, but he's not Jewish. So just putting that out there. These people who think they're awake probably think that voting is real, and we all know that voting is 100% not real. And Jason Tomlinson in the chat just said awake is just a buzzword. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Sean Becker just put some other good stuff in there. I don't know if I could read that on YouTube without getting kicked off. Oh, man. Good stuff. And all of these people probably think the Pope is a holy man or stands in the name of God for the word of God. And as we know, he could not be anything else but that. And Voyage, I think you're 100% right. This will be the last Pope. This will be the last president. I predicted that in a video probably 2-3 years ago when all this was coming to pass, coming to order. So people who think they're awake most likely subscribe to the Big Bang Theory and or evolution, because you have people talking about how they know CERN is opening portals. You also have people talking about how NASA is a sham, but they can't understand the fact that space is fake, the planets are local, the sun is very, very close. They also probably think that the Mars rover is still active, that ISS is I don't know how you put it, is real. The ISS is not real, people. We know that. So a lot of these people also believe that the Bible is just a book of stories. I've heard that said many, many times on many, many quote unquote truth channels. It's ridiculous how people can look into all of the crazy conspiracies from 5G to transhumanism, chemtrails, flat earth, 9/11, all this other stuff, and not come to the conclusion that, God is real, Satan is real. If they're doing demonic inspired work with 666s everywhere and 322s and whatnot, obviously they're doing all this in the name of the opposite of God, if they're marking it as such. So if they're doing everything in the name of everything that is the opposite of what God stands for, then what do you think you think it's just all a book of monkeys that blew up? Or blew up into monkeys? No, absolutely not. So most of these people, like I said, they most likely probably believe that movies are nothing more than fiction. And They don't subscribe to the predictive programming. A lot of people watch movies and love them. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the predictive programming runs deep into the movies, deep into the TV shows. The music is even worse, people. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. And the funny thing about movies is they'll put a little bit of the truth in the movies. They'll put a little bits and hints, but for the most part, it's just more indoctrination. A lot of movies are space based. A lot of movies are pushing aliens. It's absolutely ridiculous. A lot of people in the truth community still believe we went to the moon. And they also believe the sun is 93 million miles away. They believe that there's a rover on Mars. They believe anything that NASA says. And in fact, most of them believe the Earth is a sphere and that Nibiru and Planet X are going to enter the atmosphere, which we know is not going to happen. Absolutely fictitious. And like I said, all these people believe, most likely believe, that there are hundreds and thousands of satellites orbiting the Earth at all times, which we know there's not. It's not. It's not like that, people. It can't be like that. It's ridiculous. Go on Google, Yahoo, any search engine, and type in a photograph of a real satellite. Absolutely ridiculous, people. There's not one. And it's funny. Well, see, these notes were taken 3 years ago. Alex Jones is out of the picture now. So if you're awake and you subscribe to and you think you're awake and you still subscribe to Alex Jones, who has completely sold out everything, something wrong with you, man. And the new Alex Jones is what the fuck's his name? Joe Rogan. It's not true unless Joe Rogan said it. Joe Rogan is just another paid actor, guys. Absolutely ridiculous, people. Oh my goodness. Yep. If you if you think you're awake and you also think that 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, that is a red flag on my part. For many other reasons, I don't want to get too much into that on the YouTube channel. We'll save that for a Dlive or a BitChute talk or something, because Toad Rogan just saw that. It was virtually impossible in the 40s for 6 million Jews to die in Europe, because there were not even close to 6 million Jews in Europe at the time. That's not my opinion. That is facts. Look all that up, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of we'll go a little 180 on them to a different subject here. A lot of people who are awake, who think they're awake, most likely know about technologies like CERN and D-Wave, and a lot of people who are awake think they're using those technologies for good. Think they're trying to actually find the God particle or whatever you want to call it. Think dark matter is good. No, dark matter is just like the black rain, the dark fluid, and they're getting that by opening portals. And everyone in those communities probably subject themselves to the belief that CERN and D-Wave technologies came from man, which we know it didn't. We know it didn't. Those technologies are old, nothing new under the sun, people. D-Wave and CERN is most likely modern day what Babylon was trying to do. And now you have things like ITER, same place as CERN. It's in Switzerland. You know, things are getting crazy, people. Things are getting crazy. I'm just having a hard time reading my writing there, so we'll just skip to the end there. You know, if you can't see any of what I just said, if you subscribe to any of those, you're helping the New World Order come into power. And it's not like the New World Order is coming or is on the way. It's already here, guys. It's ridiculous. And Cold Steel, you're right. It's illegal to question the Holocaust in many countries. I know that. This is why I don't want to get too too hard on that stuff because we're gonna, you know, get kicked off of YouTube before everyone gets kicked off of YouTube, you know. So let's see what else we got in here. Actually, there is one more up front that I wanted to get at, and I'm just looking through my old notes, people. This is old notes. So beautiful, beautiful. This is good stuff too. And let me just check out the Dlive page real quick. I know all you guys can see is the other one. And nice. Nice. P900 with the wrench is on the Dlive. Nice. Neo the one just follow. Good stuff. Thank you. Raven Hawk. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, guys. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And everyone in the YouTube chat, you're more appreciated. You know, you guys were day oneers, and to see you guys move over to Dlive with me and Brian and all that stuff is it's good. It's very good. I didn't think there was going to be any support for when they kicked us off of YouTube. And Sean Becker in the chat right now, you're 100% right, big guy. All roads lead to Rome. Absolutely. Freemasons, Jesuits, Zionists, they all lead to Rome. And Pope John Paul II's coin from the Vatican, on the back of it, shows chemtrails across the entire world. Absolutely ridiculous, people. Absolutely ridiculous. And another thing I want to bring up about the Vatican and Rome, guys, I think it was 2 years ago, year and a half ago, in the streets of the Vatican in Rome, there was a gay orgy being performed, and no one even, nothing happened. Nothing happened. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No arrest, no claims were made, no charges were pressed. That happens in the streets of Springfield, Boston, New York. Someone's going down. Someone's going down big time. Happens in the Vatican. It's all good. It's all good. Ridiculous stuff. So these are more notes that I took in 2017. I know you guys on YouTube can't see this. My camera is disabled because I have the camera going up on Dlive right now. So if you guys want to see my beautiful face, want to head over there. Oh man, and it's pretty cool. We got 15 watching right now. I didn't do any. I put this up 10 minutes before I went live, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We got 15 watching. I don't even think anyone big has shared this, so I haven't gotten any fucking Facebook groups. I hate them, man. I can't stand them. You gotta you put your work in there, and then it's gotta be posted by a moderator. Like, no, it's freedom of speech. It shouldn't be someone to approve your post. It's just a link, people. It's absolutely ridiculous. And for anyone who's wondering, the vape ban got appealed in Massachusetts, so now we can buy vapes. Fuck the governor. Charlie Baker still has me blocked on Facebook, by the way. Ridiculous. That guy's a fucking loser. We're all losers. Oh, that stuff gets me going. Talking about politicians, the left, the right. They're just two heads attached to the same snake body, people. And if you can't recognize that, then you're definitely not awake. Ridiculous. So, what do we got here? Over the last few months, like this is the last few years, noticed many regulations that have caught my eye and several others, but for many, it's talking about the general population, the 98% of the world who has no idea what the fuck is actually going on, slip right by them. So when scientists are quoted as saying we are opening doors to other dimensions, Yeah, that should be that should open an eye or two. That should open an eye or two. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, CERN has literally quoted themselves by saying we are opening doors to other dimensions. And CERN just comes from the ancient Celtic polytheistic god, the horned god, the god of the underworld, Cernunnos. Absolutely ridiculous. And so this did happen 2.5 years ago when the Vatican when at the Vatican a gay orgy takes place. It is broken up by the cops, but no arrests, no accusations, nothing was made of it. That should be alarming. That should be alarming, people. And now we're going to talk about D-Wave, when scientists have constructed a machine that literally has a heartbeat, and they are quoted as saying it's like an altar to an alien god. That should be alarming, people. That should be very alarming. There's a 70-year-old billionaire as your president, whose donors, most of the donors, and 98% of the cabinet at least are Ashkenazi Jews. That should be alarming. That should be alarming. Ridiculous. When the streaks of clouds crossing the sky daily, blocking out the sun, that should be alarming, people. Operation Solar Shield. And appreciated Spirit Shield. Glad to see you in the chat. Boris Chops, I just saw you hop in. What is going on? I like to stay up on the chat. You know, it makes time go by a little bit quicker. We've been going for 41 minutes, and I got I got a couple notes to go over. Don't worry, we're gonna get into the global warming hoax, the geoengineering. We're gonna look at a lot of pictures and personal videos that I've taken over the past couple of weeks, months, and even years. We'll see how far they go back. And I know, Cold Steel, some people just don't see it, man. The Bible talks about how an event will happen. One person will see it, one people won't. Then one person won't. So the fact that some people are seeing things, some people aren't, it's not alarming. It's ridiculous. And Zal, take care, buddy. If we'll be on for a little while, so if you want to hop in after your meeting, that'd be great. No big deal if you're leaving. No hard feelings. No hard at all. Anyone that can make it here, it's great. And they were getting text messages over there. I guess, yeah. Yeah. So I'm just reading the chat real quick. Yeah, Stavely's latest Central Bill changes. Yeah, man. Actually, I think I shared that on my Facebook the other year. Was it today or yesterday? He dropped that. He's all over it, man. And for people who don't know anything about what a Mandela effect is, go check out Brian Stavely's page. He's been on here plenty of times. Dlive, he's Brian S. Stavely for anyone who's watching there. So, he good stuff. He's a good guy. He's a standout guy, actually. He'll tell you how it is. And it's what we need. We don't need these soft people who, it's okay to think this way. It's okay that the earth isn't what you thought. It's not okay, man. You've been lied to your whole fucking life. Wake up and do something about it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, oh man, when the only proof that we live on a globe are composite pictures and theories on top of theories based upon other theories made up by Freemasons and Jesuits, that should be alarming, people. That should be alarming. 100% ridiculous. Someone mentions God or the Bible, someone else gets offended or acts hostile towards it, that should be alarming. That's what happens when you talk about truth to people who are just living in denial. They get mean, they get upset, they get nasty, they start saying bad words, and it's ridiculous. When people accept the fact that we are created from nothing and we are a meaningless speck in the never-ending, expanding universe, that should be alarming, people. That should 100% be alarming, because we are not that. We are not some meaningless life form who came from a speck of ass, who blew up into nothing, who blew up into everything, into a ever expanding universe. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Sean, you're 100% right. People who think that flat Earth and Mandela effect are psyops, there's something wrong with them, man. Because it's ridiculous. How Luke, I am your father. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Never was said in this reality. Never was said in this reality. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, like I said, like I was saying before, like people think they know they're awake, man. They think they know they're awake, and then you drop all these bombs on them. It's ridiculous. And Saley does have a bunch of residue. He actually joined my stream a couple nights ago and started dropping a lot of good excuse me, a lot of good what do you call them? JFK bombs on me, pretty much. Truth bombs. Is there not one more of these? What? I thought there was. Oh, it's after. It's after. Okay. Okay. We're just going to use a couple of these here. So, absolutely ridiculous stuff, guys. So let me do a screen share real quick. I bet the people on Dlive are getting tired of just looking at the YouTube screen. Yeah, I got it. Thanks. What's Dlive doing right now? Have anyone? Oh, Karen B. What's going on? Didn't even see you there in the chat. Here, let me give you a. Well, I'm gonna try to give you a wrench. Sorry, Karen. Again, no idea what I'm doing. This stuff is new to me. So let's talk about the clouds. Let's talk about the weather. See what you guys can see. You guys can see all that. That is what I'm talking about. And I just fucked it all up. All right, perfect. So this right here, you just go to Google, type in types of clouds. You tell me how many of these you remember from your science textbook back in the day. None. Not none, but none of these, man. I remember like cumulus and shit, dude. Like I remember the stratus clouds, but they never looked like that. And then there was just one more. There was only 3 types of clouds when I was a kid. Maybe it was cumulus bombus. I don't know. Cumulus bus. I don't know how to say this shit. None of these were actual clouds when I was a kid, guys. I'm only 24 years old. I graduated high school 5, 6 years ago, and in the textbooks then, none of these were there. I guarantee it. Science, weather, those are only classes that I fucking did okay in. So I can tell you these were never there. And now, actually, you know what? Look at this real quick. Let me just make sure that YouTube can see this, because I just for some reason highly doubt myself all the time that the screen share is just trash and it's not working. So yeah, we can see that. That's what I'm talking about. And I know the Dlive can see it. And sorry, just getting blown up on my phone. Always get blown up once I go live. And this is the sunrise from a couple days ago. I think it was probably the day after Thanksgiving.
Fucking been saying, people.
Yep. Mute me there. Look at this stuff, guys. As far as you can see, this isn't natural clouds. This is what's causing your quote unquote global warming. This is Operation Solar Shield at its finest. This is absolutely ridiculous, people. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at all that. You think that's natural? You think the clouds are supposed to be Swiss cheese streaks in the sky? You think it's supposed to look like spider webs? It's supposed to look like messed up branch chain DNA falling down on you? Absolutely not. But that's all you see. The sky is red, people. The sky is red all the time. You know why? It's not because of the old the fishing adage, you know, red sky at night, sailor's delight, red sky in morning, sailor's warning. Well, that was when, you know, there weren't any fucking clouds and it was just the sun coming up. Like, no. You know why they're red now? Because NASA has literally admitted to putting lithium, spraying lithium via aerosols in airplanes into the atmosphere. Yeah. That's why your sun rise, your sun set. That's why it's red. There's so much lithium up there that the sunlight goes through it and it works as an amplifier. Like, I'm not a scientist, but you don't gotta be smart to figure this shit out, people. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. As far as you can see, it's the same clouds copy and pasted over and 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 over again. Think that's a conspiracy? That's just reality, people. This is reality. This is far from a conspiracy. I hate that word conspiracy. This is reality you live in. You don't live in the conspiracy world. You live here in fucking reality, people. It's absolutely ridiculous that people can't see that. That is that is these two clouds. That's a stratus, a cirrostratus, and a cirrocumulus cloud all in one that we just saw with a little bit of altocumulus as well. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. Isn't that what we just saw? That is this. Exactly. Exactly. Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. Shit's ridiculous. Shit's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Take that down for a second. What's going on in the D-Wave chat? Uh-oh, Elon Musk is smoking a blunt on D-Wave. That's what I'm talking about. And, you know, I love you, Karen, but I just don't know how to give you a wrench right now. I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. Or an axe. There you go. Start chopping these motherfuckers up for me. That's what I'm talking about. So that's pretty cool. I like this little multi-stream I got going on right now. This is pretty cool. I mean, we got 20 in the YouTube chat right now. I have actually no idea how many are in the Dlive chat. Let me try to check that on my phone because, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. So it says we got 2 watching, but I got 9 lemons all of a sudden, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And an ice cream. That's pretty sick. Majestic. Karen is in the Dlive chat, actually. So I'm also streaming on Dlive right now. Just like I am here on StreamYard, YouTube, whatever you want to call it. But, you know what? I actually got to use the bathroom. So let me get up something real quick and be back in like 2 minutes. So just give me 10 seconds here to get something going. And what do we listen to on the way in? Absolutely. So we'll put this on. Perfect. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to see. I'll add that to the stream. Perfect. Should be audio. This is ODD growing up. I'll be back in about 2-3 minutes. This is Steve JMO. We'll be back shortly, guys.
see this place for what it is as I grow. Okay. Yeah. ODD. Nothing in the world compares to being a kid. I remember growing up and all the things that I did. Being bad, getting into trouble. Clothes soaking wet cause I was stomping in a puddle. Playing with my friends had my day gone. It was time to go inside when the lights came on. Dirty as could be when I came in from the street. But dinner's on the table and I'm ready to eat. Just me and my mom and my crazy brother. Daddy wasn't there, but that just made us tougher. I didn't even ask why my father left. Mother's love was enough and I was always blessed. She was beautiful and young and she was kinda wild. And the world got brighter every time she smiled. Nothing was able to take the magic away. I really miss how things used to be back in the day.
When I was a youngster, I never knew the world was so cold. Now I see this place for what it is as I grow.
I remember when I was a kid, things were much different. Everything was great, everything was so innocent. I didn't have a clue and I was happy to be ignorant. Full of so much energy, passion and bewilderment. Didn't have the internet, didn't have an Instagram, didn't have a Facebook, really didn't give a damn. Whenever I was bored, I'd go outside and play. I wasn't glued to a phone the entire day. But as I grew older, my life grew harder. The days grew colder, the nights grew darker. Everything they taught in school and all the things I thought I knew really had me tripping when it all turned out to not be true. Then I turn on the news and they lie and they lie. It has me thinking to myself, hell, why should I try? I miss the good old days, feeling fine in my youth. Now I spend every second I have fighting for truth.
When I was a youngster, I never knew the world was so cold. Now I see this place for what it is as I grow.
All right, we are back. I know how to exit full screen. There we go. Back to the StreamYard. We'll end that for a second. Giant piece of hair just falling out of nowhere. It's nice. That's nice. So we are back and been on for about an hour. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's go check on the Dlive chat. Sean B420 just got your follow. What's going on, bro? Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh man, I gotta like burp after that one sip of soda. Holy crap. Ginger ale, man, that'll wake you up. That'll wake you up 100%. So, what were we talking about before we left? Absolutely. We're going to start talking about the weather modification, the global warming hoax. So for anyone who thinks global warming is real, you got to do me a favor. Find me a picture of a real satellite, and then I'll entertain your claims that the polar ice caps are melting, because all they have are supposed video footages and pictures from satellites that are orbiting the Arctic and the Antarctic regions, and the ice is apparently melting, which will cause sea level to rise. Woo. That ain't gonna happen, people. That's absolutely ridiculous. Sea levels aren't rising. The polar ice caps are not melting, people. As I have gone to the same beaches for 24 years, sat in the same spots, went to the same, beachfront restaurants. They're still there. They're still there. Anyone who thinks different, man, I don't know what to tell you. You're just brainwashed. You're part of the New World Order. They're going to push this down our throats, I think, along with the alien deception they're going to use to unite us together as one officially. They're going to use the climate as a weapon, and it's going to ramp up everywhere as it has. It has been ramping up everywhere over the past 10 years. Like, I haven't seen it. Never seen it going this hard before. It's not global warming. It's not uh, the pole shifting. It's not a climate change. It is geoengineering. And I just looked in the chat real quick. Majestic Madness says aliens are evil. Aliens are demons. Aliens are fallen angels. Absolutely ridiculous. I think we were all deceived at first, Majestica, because, well, my first impression, not my first impression, but after, waking up to the masses and, waking up to everything that's going on, my first impression that whoever put us here were probably 16, 17-foot tall beings with a very strong third eye that are still connected to us to this day. And, well, after doing years of research, I've come to the conclusion that those were the Nephilim beings. Ridiculous. And PG2424 is in the house. What is going on? She's very good. I love seeing her in the chat. Just a very good, happy spirit. And Gonna Ball has been terrible in mass. Oh man, absolutely, man. Chemtrails, the weather warfare. They said we were gonna get 1 inch of snow last night. We ended up getting 5. It's a good thing I knew better, because I woke up about half hour early just in case and went outside, and it was just another wall of white. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm just laughing at the chat right now. Cold Steel got me dying. E to the G, 24 to the 24. You're fucking. You're in Southeast Mass, so okay, yep. Like Fall River, all that other shit. Yeah. I'm in Southwest Mass. I'm in Springfield. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And Carla Red Pill just joined the chat. What is going on, Carla? Much love. Much love. Much love. Salted Cedar. Still on Dlive. I like it. No idea how to figure out when people are watching Dlive, but for right now, we're still on YouTube, so that does not matter. Does not matter yet. If the moon is full tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they're calling it a cold moon. Never heard of that in my life. And they have like 7 planets that are going to be around it. And we all know what the planets are. Those are the wandering stars, the Watchers, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We all know that those are names of ancient beings, ancient deities, fallen angels, lowercase g gods back in the day. But let's get back on track to the global warming hoax, to the climate geoengineering. Let's get another video going. I know people on Dlive can see this, but I ain't got nothing to hide in my downloads and documents. They're just all my old videos, which I'm uploading slowly but surely onto BitChute. So for anyone in the chat who isn't on BitChute yet, I would advise getting on there before the YouTube purge goes 100%. And I'm uploading them, it's a very slow server on BitChute, so the processing process takes a little bit longer than YouTube. I uploaded a 2-3 hour video the other day. It took 9 hours for it to fully upload. It's freaking ridiculous. Let's see what we got here. Wow. You know you're shot when you fucking you open the same exact file you were just opening, you were just looking at. So let me see if we can get something else here. What we got? That'll do. That'll do perfectly. So let me get a screen share going on for my YouTube brothers and sisters, and we just jumped up to 20 in the chat. That's what I like. So there's that. Excuse me. And BitChute, I don't think BitChute is on your phone. BitChute is, well, you can go on your screen, Safari or whatever it's called, your internet browser. But we're gonna look at this video real quick. And actually, I just got a message from Carla. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Yep, like I just said, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, all going to be in alignment with the sun today during the full moon. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So thank you for sending me that, Carla. Much love, much appreciated. And what we got here is another video I took a couple weeks ago when there wasn't, 9 feet of snow on the ground. And this is another prime example of solar geoengineering. Look at that. As you can see, there's no actual clouds that, they're all just in front of the sun. It's where they have to be. It's called Operation Solar Shield for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. And that's run through Harvard University, funded by Dr. David Keith, another agent against humanity, who thinks that putting a layer of clouds in front of the sun via land, land bases like factories or HARP, Doppler, NEXRAD, whatever, and aerosols through airplanes. He thinks that putting a layer of cloud, an artificial layer of cloud, in front of the sun, beaming its rays back into outer space, is going to somehow save the planet, when in fact that's going to do nothing but kill the planet, because what needs sunlight to live? Absolutely everything. And the sunlight we're getting now, ladies and gentlemen, is not real sunlight. It is artificial sunlight, as the solar simulator is in the skies a good 6 days a week, pretty much. As we'll see that in the sky in just a couple seconds in this video. But I just want you guys to see that there is no clouds on the other side of the sun. It's only the clouds in front of the sun, following the sun, shielding the sun, one may say. And just real quick, you got straight hexagon, people. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't talk about solar geoengineering without talking about the solar simulator. I'm sorry. They go hand in hand. Look at all that. You got the straight chemtrails in the distance. In the city of Springfield, which is 10, 20 miles away from me right now, should not be in my, I should not be able to see it, but we do. That we do. And yeah, just chemtrails beyond belief. And that is the power plant that I was just talking about, that just blows steam out in the atmosphere during before, during, and after all major storms. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check this out. Check this out real quick. I know we do this all the time. Oh, you dirtbagging mother shit. Shit. I just fucking exited out of that like a total doofus. Wow. We pause this? Wow. That was a good lag. Are we still live? Did I lose anything? No, we're still live. Good God almighty. So what we're going to be watching here is NASA generate artificial clouds. This is the BBC guy. They're at a NASA base in Mississippi. And no, let's just listen to him, see what he has to say.
You can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, for the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you, it's raining. That's unbelievable. Oh.
So this man's in utter disbelief that this rocket that they are testing, that NASA found out can generate artificial clouds and cause rain, is actually raining on him. So what I want you guys to see is this, because there's factories all over the United States of America, most likely all around the world, that are doing the same exact thing. This is what they're doing. Seeding the air, helping the clouds, amplifying storms. Absolutely ridiculous, people. In the meantime, you have little trolls like this being announced Person of the Year. This is idolization of a human. That is one of the mortal sins. If anyone's, wondering. And good stuff in the chat on Dlive. Still got 19 in the chat here on YouTube. And for anyone who thinks this is all just smoke and mirrors, you have the process of controlling the weather patent that goes all the way back to 1948, ladies and gentlemen. Process of controlling the weather. Yeah. And just a simple method of producing rainfall is a U.S. patent worldwide application applied 1891, people. You see that date? Do you see that? How ridiculous is that? 1891. Excuse me. That's how old. That is how old this agenda goes back to. And if we just look at the rest of these patents, sub-patents within the patent, method of controlling the weather, owned by the U.S. Navy, General Electric's, National Science Foundation of America. Ridiculous, people. Absolutely ridiculous. Process of controlling the weather. Process of controlling the weather. It's all right in your faces, right in everyone's faces. And, just for people to be like, oh, that's just one patent, Steve. That's just one patent. Well, check this out. Let's go to the seriousreport.com. It allows us. We're using a lot of bandwidth right now. We're streaming live on 2 platforms. We got about 9 fucking pages open. So if we drop out, I'm sorry, but this is a list of 100 U.S. patents related to weather modification. And you click on them all, and they are all real. They're all real. August 13th, August 6th, 1913, the Rainmaker. See what that's about. Yeah. How ridiculous. And there's PDFs to go with them all, too. I'd love to download them all right now, but I just got a bunch of other things I got to download. I got to download all my videos, put them all on BitChute, but you guys can look at all these yourself, download the PDFs while you can, because if they're censoring YouTube, that means they're going to start censoring the entire internet. Yeah. The heart patent. Yeah. Yep. 100% real, people. This is not a conspiracy. This is all reality. Yeah. Yep. 1987, people. Still 30 years ago. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And they have all these fake clouds, new types of clouds, just to familiarize the youth with what they're about to do. And why wouldn't they? Because your sky looks like this. Your skies look like that. Your skies always look like this. It's absolutely ridiculous, people. Absolutely ridiculous. For anyone who can't see that these are chemtrails, that this is reality, I feel very bad for you. Not real clouds. What do you got here? 2 most consistently discovered chemical compounds in chemtrails. Barium and aluminum. What does that spell out in the periodic table, ladies and gentlemen? BaAl. And you add 56 and 13 together. What do you get? You get 6-9. You have 6 mirroring itself. 6-9. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, people. People just can't see this. People just don't see this stuff. And it bothers me, man. It bothers me to the point where I gotta come live every day and show you guys this stuff. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And just one more thing I want to show you guys real quick. Bill Gates funded chemical cloud could stop global warming. September 7th, 2019, people. Yeah. Yeah, let's just watch this. See what they have to say.
The first time I walked into a party tent, they had all the lighting done and all the candles done. It was beautiful, and I just wanted to do it again and again.
Nice.
This business has grown from renting tables and chairs to now we have 7,000 items. We have a fleet of 140 trucks, and the City National Bank turned us on to leasing our trucks rather than purchasing them, which saved us a lot of money, which is good because it gives me a lot more money to spend on inventory, which I love.
I bet you do. Wow. Well,
the record number of fires burning across Brazil's Amazon rainforest has prompted renewed global outcry over climate change and big spending. $5 million from Leonardo DiCaprio.
All right. Sorry about the ad, guys. I guess that was inevitable. But this is CNBC's claim that we need a chemical cloud to stop global warming, funded by Bill Gates and apparently Leonardo DiCaprio, who put $5 million on it to stop the Amazon rainforest fires. Does that make any sense to you people? Rainforest fires? A rainforest can't catch on fire, people. You know what's going on? They're chemtrailing the dog shit, most likely, out of the Amazon forest. And what happens when you chemtrail? Well, what happens when aluminum compounds meet water? It absorbs it. All these trees are burning down, and they're most likely depleted of water. Just want to get that out there. And fuck Leonardo DiCaprio. That guy's a fucking loser. They're going to put these guys up in our faces who everyone thinks are, you know, big shots, who, you know, people, oh, he was in that one film, or he did that one thing with the Pope, or, you know, he's a standout guy. He's a good guy. We should probably listen to him. No, absolutely not. He's just an actor, people. A Freemason. They run the show.
10 million pounds from the UK. Meanwhile, Bill Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that could cool the Earth. It's called solar geoengineering, and it's highly controversial.
I love how they're saying he's thinking about doing that. They're already doing that, people. There's already a layer of cloud that is just whatever the fuck they think it's going to do. It's not going to do that. I'll tell you that. Tell you that right now.
How long will it be that countries keep experiencing these climate impacts before someone gets desperate and says, hey, we need to cool the planet with solar geoengineering?
It would look something like this. Thousands of planes would fly very high and use nozzles to inject millions of tons of light-reflecting particles into the stratosphere. It would create a thin chemical cloud of those particles around the whole planet, blocking some sunlight from reaching the surface. It would mimic a giant volcanic eruption, which we know cools the Earth. Back in 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupted in the Philippines. It was the largest eruption to affect a densely populated area, creating avalanches and giant mudflows that left more than 700 dead and 30,000 homeless. It also spewed a cloud of 20 million tons of sulfur dioxide particles into the stratosphere. That chemical cloud was hundreds of miles across and reflected about 2% of sunlight back to space. And in 1992, the Earth was cooler than in 1991.
That is part of the mechanism, but you do this in a control.
So what they're basically telling you here is that they want you. They're gonna what they say a volcano does, unleashes high amounts of sulfuric acid into the atmosphere, and it cooled the Earth by 2 degrees one year. So it's got to work, right? The fuck out of here. Now they're just telling you they're going to add sulfur into the mix of whatever they're already throwing up there. Sulfur is not good to ingest, and if they're spraying it through aerosols chemically on us, how do you think that's going to work out for us as human beings?
Controlled way.
Modeling studies have found that it could reduce the intensity of heat waves, for instance. Apparently it could reduce the rate of sea level rise.
You ever just want to punch the fucking computer as hard as you can? Me too. First of all, yeah. We live on a globe, there's the curve. Kiss my fucking wrinkly balls, dude. That shit out of here. Sea level rising, like I just said. You all have been to the beach. I've been to the beach plenty of times. Almost every year for 24 years. And you know where I go? To the same fucking beach because it's still there. Because sea level isn't rising.
It could reduce the intensity of tropical storms.
But it also...
And that's another lie, because what do they do with these geoengineered storms? They ramp them up. Hurricane Harvey literally stalled over Houston, Texas for 4 days. Come on, man.
Comes with significant risks and uncertainties.
Things like mass famine, mass flooding, drought, of kinds that will affect very large populations.
It could weaken monsoons in India, China, and Africa enough to affect crops. It could eradicate blue sky.
You start increasing the amount of diffuse light and you have less direct light, which is the same thing as saying it looks hazy and white.
And if the global...
So it could eradicate the blue sky. People, the blue sky is gone. It's been eradicated. There's nothing there. And they want that white fog, that gray cloud, the overcast look in the sky. It's ridiculous. So they're telling you exactly what they're going to do, but it's exactly what they've been doing.
Community decides it should stop.
So you stop injecting it, and after a year, the cloud is gone, and you get this rapid warming at a rate much faster than you would get if we had done nothing. If you've taken out the greenhouse gases that are adding to the warming, then...
And what's that? Like I just showed you guys, artificial clouds coming out of a factory right in your faces via CNBC.
The temperature won't go up, it'll stay what it is. So if we don't stop emitting greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, we don't try as hard as we can to do that, then there's no point in doing solar geoengineering.
A 2016 opinion poll conducted by the Harvard group doing solar geoengineering research.
Literally doing solar geoengineering research. They're doing solar geoengineering. The Keith Group, Harvard University, Operation Solar Shield.
Found that 67% of subjects support its use.
Of course. You gotta have their 3-3. Of course.
One reason this technology is appealing, it's cheap. One study estimates it would cost an average of $2.25 billion globally every year for the...
So it's cheap, but it's only going to cost us $2.25 billion every year for the first 15 years. Does that sound cheap to you? Here, let's take out the old Apple calculator over here. Switch it sideways because we're going to need all the digits we can get. So 2,500. So, yep, that's 2.25 billion times 15. Wow. That's $33 billion, people. Of course it has to be 3-3. How messed up is that? Give me a fucking break.
The first 15 years of deployment. Compare that to the $500 billion the US government estimates it will cost just the US by 2100 if no action is taken against climate change. Or the 1.6 to 3.8 trillion projected global spending by 2050 on low-carbon energy production. You can also compare it to direct air carbon capturing, another climate change solution backed by Bill Gates and by big oil. It involves sucking billions of tons of carbon out of the air, and at $100 to $200 a ton, it could be big business. Solar geoengineering, on the other hand, is so cheap that nobody currently stands to make money from the process.
But just because a solution is cheap doesn't make it a good one. It's cheap and dangerous.
It doesn't require a lot of...
Exactly. It's like you want to get the first aid ointment at Dollar Tree, or are you gonna go get the actual first aid ointment? I know it's a bad reference, but it's this fucking is what it is, people. So that's enough for that crap. We're gonna just turn that off. Yeah, solar geoengineering, they're talking about it. They're saying we're going to do it. They're saying they are doing it. They're being really unclear about whether they're doing it, whether they aren't doing it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I'm just scrolling through the chat real quick, guys. Don't think I'm leaving or stalling or whatever. Whatever. Too much for me to read. The chat's kind of going on my end over here. So, oh man, let's check in on the Dlive page real quick. See what's going on there. Nothing too new. So, yeah, solar geoengineering is causing climate change. If you can't tell that, I don't really know what to tell you at this point. It's absolutely 100% ridiculous. Absolutely. So, sure, let's talk about the August 21st, 2017 Great American Solar Eclipse that ironically went west to east in the sky. What do you guys think that... Well, what in the sky have you ever seen move west to east? Even the stars move east to west. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. The moon does the same exact thing. But yet, we get a shadow casted across the entire, well, not the entire, a good part of the United States that went west to east. Interesting. So, and while that was happening, on August 21st, 2017, the solar eclipse was being followed by NASA jets. NASA was shooting bacteria into the atmosphere along the path of the blackout zone. How ridiculous is that? And on that day, the sky was incredibly chemtrailed. You could barely even see parts of the eclipse here in Massachusetts, which I know was very far from the blackout zone, but still, you couldn't really see it because of all the chemtrails, the haze in the sky. Now, I understand this was a couple years ago, but it's still very relevant to today, obviously. Ridiculous stuff. So, and, well, see, they're talking about global warming, and on that day in August, it was no more than 80 degrees. Just want to throw that out there. With a heavy chemtrailed sky, solar shield reflect the rays of the sun into outer space to cool the planet. They've been doing that for years, ladies and gentlemen. For years. And now they're just going to come out and tell us that they're doing it for our own good, that they're going to start doing it to save the planet? Come on, man. Come on. Ridiculous stuff. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. And you want to hear some crazier stuff? So, where is it? Yeah. So, let's get this straight. These are just some events that happened in 2017, all very, very, very close to each other. Had a lunar eclipse at the beginning of August. 2 nights, 3 nights before the solar eclipse, you had a very intense meteor shower. The eclipse happened on the 21st. On the evening of the 25th into the, the early morning hours of the 26th, Hurricane Harvey made landfall. So the solar eclipse happened on the 21st, 25 and 26. Harvey made landfall. What's so important about those numbers? Why does Steve keep saying 21st, 25, and 26? Well, ladies and gentlemen, read your Bibles. Luke 21 verses 25 through 26. There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the seas. People will faint from terror, apprehensive of what is coming on the world, for heavenly bodies will be shaken. How ridiculous is that? Solar eclipse happened on the 21st. Harvey made landfall the 25th evening into the early morning hours of the 25th in 2017. Luke 21 verses 25 and 26 literally says there will be sign in the moon, sun, and stars before the end of the world. How ridiculous is that, people? Right in our faces. Right in our faces. Freaking A, man. Freaking A gets me going. Oh my gosh. And one more page of notes I wanted to go over real quick. Yeah, here they are. And they got to do with exactly what we're talking about here. Chemtrails, geoengineering, trapping our consciousness, all these high frequencies in the air, the atmosphere. What's that going to do to our humanly frequencies? It's going to disturb them. It's going to fluctuate them in ways that are negative to humans. It's just my opinion. Freaking ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous, people. So let me get another video up so we can talk over something so the people on Dlive have something to watch. I do feel bad. I don't even think anyone's watching over there, but if they are, we're not. They're just looking at the whatever stream here on ShitTube, YouTube, ShitTube. So let's see what. I got some older videos that are probably better. Yeah, it's pretty long. What we got? You have any audio? No audio. Perfect. Yeah. Well, not perfect. Because look at that sky, guys. That is Operation Solar Shield at its finest. That is weather manipulation, solar geoengineering, solar mediation, chemtrails, all the above, right in your faces, right here. Would you look at that? This is your sky, like I said. Good, I don't know, 25 out of 30 days of the month. Every now and again, they give us not even a full day, but like a little half day. It's 100% ridiculous. There's those cumulus clouds or whatever the fuck they called them. As when I was in high school, they only taught us 3 categories of clouds. Now there's about 9. And you can see that there's not many chemtrails behind or on the other side of where the sun is, parallel to the sun, or whatever you call it, adjacent to the sun, but all in the distance, same cloud, high frequency based clouds, ladies and gentlemen. These are not water soluble, water based clouds. And they have to block the sun out because with the new sun up there, it will burn all life. The solar simulator. Look at that, dude. Look at all like the chemtrails within all the clouds. So with all of this being up here, it's still not enough for them. They still gotta take the planes out in chemtrail. And the crazy thing is sometimes they're not even planes up there when they chemtrail. Which I was talking about last night on Dlive. What if they had to start doing these chemtrails, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago? What if they had to do all this stuff just to normalize us with the effect that the chemtrail would make? Because there are many, many, many videos showing there are no chemtrails in the sky at all. I mean, there are no planes in the sky, just a chemtrail being produced by nothing. So what if it's what they had to do? What if these beings are making themselves known, and they just had to put these chemtrails up there to familiarize everyone with it, to normalize it? It's just my opinion. Other people have that opinion too. So, and there's one right there. Like I said, they do all this, and it still isn't enough because they have to have one of these out there. Where's he going? Right towards the direction of the sun. It's Operation Solar Shield, people. When the fuck is the general population gonna wake up? Look at all that. Not one of that. None of this is real clouds, especially what's coming from there. Yep. Literally looks like depleted DNA. It looks like some sort of messed up DNA strands. Absolutely ridiculous. And look at that, behind the sun, on the other side, you turn around, there's still chemtrails, but there's nothing like it is this side of the sun. How ridiculous is that, people? Blatant, in our faces. If it's not, you know, just as bad because it's in our faces, like in reality, because we look up and that's what we see, then they come out on live TV, they come out on the internet and all these other platforms and tell us exactly what they're going to be doing. And tell us how it's going to benefit mankind and how they have to do it to save the world. And then you got this one little man-woman thing talking about, oh, I just exited out. Well, you have like people like Greta Thunberg talking about climate change, talking about global warming. It's ridiculous. These people don't know their asses from their elbows, people. And it's sad. It's absolutely sad. But it is getting a little late. We've been going for almost 2 hours now, so I'm gonna have to wind this down. I got some laundry to do. I have to eat still, so you know, you can't go on without eating. So let's get something queued up and yeah, we'll actually exit. It's a good song to exit to. So like I said, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. This is Steve JMO. It's now about 7 o'clock. We're gonna wind this down with a little song by ODD called "It Doesn't Have to Be This Way." And for anyone listening on Dlive, it was great having you guys here. Everyone on YouTube, Dlive, BitChute, whoever sees this, I want to just say God bless all of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. And I'm going to get on out of here. You guys have a great night. Like, share, and subscribe, please. And if you don't, that's your call. It's your opinion. It's your life, people. I can't control it. You do what you do. God gave us free will. Please use it for the good. That's all I ask. Once again, God bless. This is Steve JMO signing off. And this is ODD. Doesn't have to be this way for an exit song. See you later, guys. Thank you for coming.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I'm really sick of living, stuck and trapped in the system. You're just a brick in the wall, and I got my back up against it. I represent the resistance, they want me back up in prison. But I'm the master of my path, and I won't slack on my mission. You're lacking the vision, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They hide the truth in plain view, right in front of your face. I used to think the world was normal, but that wasn't the case. We're just some goyim on a hamster wheel, running in place. Turn up the bass, I grab the microphone and all I do is rock it. This little light of mine, I let it shine and you can't stop it. But there's nothing these corporations just won't do for profit. This fake ass world that we live in is sick, it's truly toxic. If you don't see it that way, okay, then keep talking. Don't bump into that wall while you're sleepwalking. The alarm is going off, I hear it beep often. I'm at the double doors of truth, I'm gonna keep knocking.
I just want to live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just want to fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Fear shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.
I refuse to just go quietly into the night. There's forces of darkness at work and they're restricting the light. I'm so fed up with the lies they tell us this isn't right. It's ODD TV, you best believe I'll get up and fight. This is my plight, I'll never let you cowards get the best of me. Took the red pill, now it's time to fulfill my destiny. Living like I'm Neo, dipping from my P.O. Tripping on me cause I am the one and he's a zero. Hot like a jalapeno, bringing heat that you just can't avoid. I call out bullshit and lies, they call me paranoid. People are just foolish, full of hate, they get angry. Point out the truth about reality, they label you crazy. Just a glitch in the system, you're a critical thinker. And no, they don't want that. Fuck them, give them the finger. I do it every single day with each and everything I say. I'm not living like a victim, it doesn't have to be this way.
I just wanna live and dream, but nothing is as what it seems. And baby, it's making me crazy. I just wanna fight and scream. There's nothing left for me to say. Here's shot to defeat the day. I know that I can control it, so it doesn't have to be this way.